Today we're making an Italian tomato sauce, one that I've made 100 times for my kids. They love it. We put it on pasta, we make a bolognese, we make tomato soup with it, we put it on pizzas. And you can keep it for almost a week. So let's get started. First thing we do is we make a mirepoix, or soffrito as the Italians call it, which is 2 parts onion, 1 part carrot, 1 part celery. And we're going to slice the onion and fry it in some olive oil, and we'll add some salt. And then when the onion is soft, then we'll add the carrots and the celery.
Mentre un'altra estate se ne va. Libertà e perline colorate.
When you go to Italy and a market, you'll see celery everywhere. They use it in everything, and these are big bunches with lots of leaves on them. You won't find them like that in the supermarket here, but please do use the leaves as well as the stalks. They give a wonderful flavor and they're so important to the sauce. When we fry the onion for 5 or 10 minutes and it's nice and soft, it's time to add the garlic. We simply chop it up and fry it for a couple of minutes before we then add the carrots and the celery as well. And the whole thing needs to be fried for another 10 minutes or so to really bring out the flavors and to soften it. If you choose to add wine to the sauce, then this is the time to add it. And when you choose the wine to add, please make sure it's a red wine, it's not too sweet, it's a wine you would be happy to drink as well. It needs to be reasonable quality because that flavor will definitely come through very strongly. Before we do anything else, we're going to cook down the wine. And this takes a while because we're letting it simmer on a low to medium heat. So just take it easy, relax, and let the wine boil down. Now it's time to add some stock. And usually, just to make it easy for myself, I just add a stock cube. And you can choose beef stock, which I typically do, or if you're vegetarian, you use a vegetarian stock. And now it's time to add the tomatoes. Typically I use chopped canned tomatoes, but in this case I've used passata, which is a finer sort of tomato puree. Now after the tomatoes I'm adding some frozen basil. Now this is the next best thing after using fresh basil. But I have this always in my freezer, it's so handy. So by all means this is much better than the dried stuff. And now comes the most difficult step. Just let it simmer on a low heat for a couple of hours. Stir it occasionally and don't do anything. And then we're done. At the end we're going to blitz it to make it a little bit fine, to take the chunks out. We're going to season it and the sauce is done. Here you find a summary of the recipe, and in the notes I'll put a written description of the recipe today. So good luck making the sauce and thanks for watching.
La nostra stanza negli alberghi tristi, dove la notte calda ci scioglierà.